WeVenture Impact Business Leadership Summit. I am excited to be here with you on today, and I just want to give a big shout out first to Erica Limp and her team for putting on such an awesome event. Can we give them a round of applause? I'm telling you, Erica is thebomb.com. She is awesome. Now, I want to do a little something to, start us off and get us engaged. And Erica, she started off with Aretha Franklin, and we all know that she passed away last week. So I want to do this special tribute to Aretha Franklin and kind of just level up and get us engaged and get us ready to go. Will you help me? All right. So I'm going to ask you all to stand on your feet. All right. So I'm going to sing a little bit of the song Respect, just a little bit, and I want you guys to help me out. Now, if you don't know the song, I know everyone knows the part where we spell out the word respect, R-E-S-P-E-C-T, find out what it means to me, right? All right. So first, I'm going to get everybody on beat. So 1, 2, 3, clap your hands like this. Here we go. What you want, baby, I got it. What you need, you know I got it. All I'm asking is for a little respect when you get home. Hey, baby, when you get home. Here we go, R-E-S-P-C-T. Find out what it means to me. R-E-S-P-C-T. Take care, T-C-B, respect. Woo! Come on, give yourselves a round of applause. All right, go ahead and take your seat. You guys are awesome. I need to take you on the road with me. So, some of you may know me and you have probably heard me speak before, but I believe there is a group of you out here on today, you have no clue of who I am, and you've never heard me speak before. But one of the things I like to always do when I speak is to practice my motto, which is the 3 B's. And the 3 B's are to be brief, to be brilliant, and be gone. And I plan on doing just that today. Now, I know a lot of you may be wondering, why does she bring out a bottle of Clorox? How many of you, by a show of hands, have used this product before? All right, that looks like the majority of you. Now, this product is over 100 years old. And most people, when they use this product, they use it to wash, to clean, to sanitize, and to disinfect. As a matter of fact, this product is used in disaster relief situations. Now, about 3 years ago, the Clorox brand came out with a series of commercials called Life's Bleachable Moments. And in this series of commercials, there are 2 commercials that stand out to me. And the first one, you may remember, is the one where the little boy is in the bathroom and he's mopping the floor and his head is down and he's going back and forth. And as he's mopping the floor, his mother comes in and she stares around and she peeks. And as she dotingly stares upon her little boy mopping the floor, he then turns around and dips the mop in the toilet. So the mom's eyes widen in surprise and disbelief, and then the commercial ends with the bottle of Clorox being placed on the ground, and you hear a voice that says, for life's bleachable moments. Now, my all-time favorite out of this series of commercials is the one where the little boy runs into the bathroom, and he makes it in just the nick of time, only to find out that he cannot loosen his belt. And as he pulls and as he tugs on his belt, he's saying, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, I hate this belt, oh no, oh no. Mom, we have a situation. And then again, a bottle of Clorox is placed on the floor, and you hear a voice that says, for life's bleachable moments. Well, today, I am here to pull on you, to tug on you, to bend your ear and perhaps preach to the choir, to say, just like this little boy in the commercial, leaders, oh no, oh no, oh no, we have a situation. And this situation is not a bleachable moment. This situation is something that must be confronted and dealt with appropriately. This situation is present in Fortune 500 companies all the way down to small businesses across America, including right here in Brevard County. Now, many of you may be wondering, Nicole, what is the situation? The situation that I am referring to is a culture of harassment. The culture of harassment that brought about the hashtags, hashtag Me Too, hashtag Time's Up. Well, today, I would like to introduce a new hashtag, and that hashtag is hashtag I am the one. I am the one to create a shift in this culture. I am the one to have an impact on this culture. I am the one to make a difference in this culture. Now, some of you may be saying, I did not come here today to hear about harassment in the workplace. While that may be true, I have to say, in order for us to level up in our organizations, and in order for us to level up as leaders, we must be willing to be the one that will appropriately confront and address harassment if present in our organizations. Now, there's a definition of impact that begins like this: the action of one. Impact is the action of one object coming forcibly in contact with another, having a marked effect or influence. Leaders, business owners, employees, and students, are you willing to be the one to create a shift, to make an impact, and to make a difference in your organization if a culture of harassment is present? Oftentimes, we like to look to someone else as being the one. But it's not the person to your left. It's not the person to your right. It's not the person behind you. It's not even the person that's standing in front of you today. You are the one. Repeat after me and say, I am. Let's try that again. I am the one. On July 27th, 2018, The New Yorker came out with this article that says, the CEO, Chief Executive Officer of CBS, is under investigation for alleged sexual harassment. It goes on to say that CBS has a culture of harassment. Now, as a certified senior human resources professional, I've had the opportunity to work in different industries and experience different organizational cultures. Fortunately, I've been in organizations that have appropriately dealt with harassment in the workplace, but unfortunately, I've been a part of organizations that turned their head, looked the other way, and promoted leaders that were known for harassing others. Now, in my experience as an HR professional, there was a time when I felt my voice was insignificant. I felt that what I had to say, it did not matter until one day I realized that I am the one. I am the one to create a shift in this culture. Now, this happened about maybe 10 or 11 years ago. I was just retiring from the United States Army. All right, I see I have some Army veterans. So as I retired, I was getting ready to enter corporate America. I was truly excited. I think I was most excited about the fact that I no longer had to wear a camouflage uniform every day and combat boots. I got a chance to put on some heels to dress and look cute, okay? That was me. So the organization that I was entering into, they had created a new position. And I was hired into this position. I was the employee relations specialist. And after a month of being in this job, I found myself on a Friday, Blue Jean Friday. How many of you have that? Sitting in a safety briefing. The safety briefing took place in a nice-sized room. It was packed that day. Every seat was filled. There were people standing around the walls, and there was someone or some people that were looking in through the doorway. And the topic of discussion for the safety briefing that day was high blood pressure. So as the manager was talking about high blood pressure, he began to talk about the different causes and effects of high blood pressure. And one of the things he said as far as a cause for high blood pressure was that high blood pressure was caused by tight clothing. And then he went on to say, like today is Blue Jean Friday, seeing women in tight jeans causes my blood pressure to rise. When I heard the comment come out of his mouth, again, I was like the little boy in the Clorox commercial. Oh no, oh no, oh no, we have a situation. Or better yet, I think I was like, oh no, he didn't. I was in utter disbelief. I was offended. I was appalled. But as I looked around the room, no one seemed to be fazed or bothered about the comments that this man said. Inappropriate behavior that goes unchecked becomes an acceptable norm and therefore becomes a part of an organization's culture. I'll say that again. Inappropriate behavior that goes unchecked becomes an acceptable norm and therefore becomes a part of an organization's culture. Now, as the young man finished the safety briefing, he ended with, "Are there any questions or any comments?" And I looked around the room. I looked to my left, I looked to my right, I looked behind me, and I thought, surely someone is going to address the comment he made. But as I looked around, no one said anything, and they were getting ready to dismiss. And it was at that moment I realized that I am the one. So I slowly and I sheepishly raised my hand, and as I was acknowledged, my heart began to beat very fast. I was nervous. I began to perspire, but I found myself moving to the front of the classroom. It was at that moment I realized that I had to level up and do something I had never done before. Now, where the words I said next or the confidence came from, I have no clue. But I stood up there and I said, as a new employee relations specialist, I would like to use this as a teachable moment as it relates to sexual harassment in the workplace. Right now, my heart is beating very fast. I'm nervous and I'm somewhat afraid. Oftentimes, this is what happens when someone experiences harassment in the workplace or if they witness harassment in the workplace, when they contemplate whether to report it or not. Now, what I said after that verbatim, I don't remember, but I do know I addressed the inappropriate comments. I did let everyone know the proper procedures as it relates to reporting harassment in the workplace. And then I also identified that I am the one. If you need to report acts of harassment, inappropriate behavior, or comments in the workplace, I am the one that you can come to see. Now, after that briefing was over and I started walking back to my office, I didn't know what was going to happen after that. But one by one, people start coming up to me saying, "Thank you. thank you for saying something about those comments. You don't know how many times we've heard comments like that from him. Thank you, one after one, thank you. Not only were women coming to me saying thank you, but men were coming to me as well. At the end of the day, I had a manager stick his head in my office. He was not even present at the safety briefing, but he said, Nicole, I heard you were a hero today in the safety briefing. I thought to myself, hero. I had mixed emotions that day. While I was happy that I was able to be the one in that moment to create a shift, to have an impact, and to make a difference, I was saddened that comments of that nature were allowed to go unchecked in that organization, that it was the norm. So if being a hero means being the one to stand up, use my voice, and speak out against harassment in the workplace, hashtag, I am the one. How many times have you witnessed or heard about harassment in the workplace and you did not report it? As I went back and I checked the records, no complaints had ever been filed against this leader, yet this was the norm from this leader. An absence of reporting does not mean an absence of harassment. An absence of reporting does not mean an absence of harassment. So if you were to go to your HR office and you ask them, how many harassment complaints have we had filed in the last year or last 2 years, and they come back to you and they say 0, you may have a bigger problem than you can imagine. The problem you may have is that your employees are too afraid to come and report these acts because they feel that nothing will be done about it. The problem you may have is that they fear retaliation. They fear they may lose their jobs. They fear they may be blackballed, or they fear they may be labeled as a problem child. Absence of reporting does not mean absence of harassment. Now, how many HR professionals do I have in the room today? All right, I see a few of you. Now, I don't know if you agree with me or not, but I believe that HR plays a vital role in creating a shift in an organization's culture if harassment is present. Now, there's been talk in the HR arena for a while that talks about getting a seat at the table. HR needs to be at the table. Get a seat at the table. Well, my question to that today is, what good is it going to do to have a seat at the table if we're not using our voice at the table? We must be able to use our voice to speak up and to speak out against harassment in the workplace. It doesn't matter if the offender is a line employee or in the C-suite. As HR professionals, we must be willing to use our voice. Now, sometimes being the one may feel just like this. It may feel like you are standing in front of armored tanks, all by yourself, no backup, no support. You may be scared. You may be afraid. You may be nervous. Be the one anyway. Now, I know a lot of people may think, it's impossible for one person to make a shift or a change in an organization's culture. But I believe that if each one of us individually will stand up and raise our hand and say, I am the one, then collectively we can come together and make sure that employees enter into a workforce that is harassment-free. Now, my only action item for you today is that you will make a decision right now that once you leave this place and you go back to your organizations, that you will be the one to stand up, use your voice, and speak out against harassment in the workplace if present, if you witness it, if you hear about it. No longer should we stand by and know that things of this nature are occurring and we do not use our voice. Now, like I said earlier, acts of harassment are not a bleachable moment. Harassment must be confronted and dealt with appropriately in the workforce. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Nicole Evans, #I am the one. I pray I've been brief. I pray you saw my brilliance. Peace. God bless. I'm gone.